They're in love with you and they're telling you in every way except directly. Listen carefully because you'll miss it if you're waiting for the words. If you're waiting for I love you or I'm falling for you or you mean everything to me, those direct declarations aren't coming. Not now, maybe not ever. Not because they don't feel it, but because saying it directly would make it undeniable, would make them accountable to the feeling, would make them vulnerable to you knowing you have power over them. The avoidant in love doesn't announce the love, confesses the love sideways, through specific phrases that seem casual but are loaded with meaning, through particular ways of speaking that reveal everything they're trying to hide. The phrases are slipping out despite their defended state, are leaking around the edges of their protection, are truth breaking through defense when defense momentarily weakens. The phrases are more honest than direct confession would be because they're not planned, not strategic, not controlled. Their involuntary admission of feeling they're trying to manage, trying to contain, trying to keep from overwhelming their defended system. When you hear these specific phrases, you're hearing their love. Not strategic love, defended love. Love that exists behind walls, but is so strong it's breaking through the walls in these specific moments. Pay attention to what they say when they think they're being casual, when they think they're not revealing anything, when they think the phrase is throwaway comment, because throwaway comments are where truth lives, where the defended can't police every word, where love slips out disguised as something less threatening. Here are the phrases. Here's what they mean. Here's how you know the avoidant is already in love with you, even though they'll never say it that way. I'm not good at this. When they say this, they're confessing, not disclaiming. The phrase sounds like apology for their limitations, sounds like warning that you shouldn't expect too much. But what it actually is, confession that they're trying, that they care enough to acknowledge their difficulty, that you matter enough that they're uncomfortable with how not good at this they are. Avoidants who don't care don't say this, don't acknowledge their limitations, don't warn you, don't confess their difficulty. They just are how they are, and if you don't like it, you can leave. But saying I'm not good at this is them telling you, I know I'm struggling, I know this is hard for me, I know I'm probably not meeting you, and I care that I'm not meeting you. The caring is the love. The awareness of their difficulty with you, specifically, is evidence you matter. They're not good at this with everyone, but with you, they're conscious of not being good at it. Conscious because they want to be good at it, want to meet you, want to be different than they're capable of being. The wanting to be different is love trying to overcome capacity. Is love strong enough to notice their limitation? Strong enough to wish they were different? Not strong enough yet to actually be different, but strong enough to confess the gap between what you deserve and what they can give. Listen for the tone when they say it. If it's defensive, aggressive, excuse-making, it's not love, it's defense. But if it's soft, if it's vulnerable, if it's said quietly, almost to themselves, if it comes with looking away, with discomfort, with shame about their limitation, that's love. That's them hating that they can't be what you need, while desperately wishing they could be. The softness is the tell. The vulnerability in admitting not good at this is the love showing through the admission. You deserve better than me. This phrase is them telling you they love you while pushing you away. Is them saying, I see your value, I see what you deserve, I see the gap between what you deserve and what I can give you. The seeing is the love. The recognition of your worthiness is them measuring themselves against you and finding themselves lacking. And measuring themselves against you is caring about being worthy of you. Caring about being worthy is love. Avoidants who don't love you don't think about what you deserve. Don't compare themselves to your worthiness. Don't care about the gap between what you need and what they can provide. They just are who they are, and you take it or leave it. But the avoidant who loves you is obsessed with the gap, is aware constantly that you deserve consistency, and they're inconsistent. You deserve emotional availability, and they're defended. You deserve someone who can love you openly, and they can only love you behind walls. The obsession with the gap is love that's self-aware, is love that sees you clearly enough to recognize you're too good for them. The phrase is also them begging you to stay while telling you to go. The telling you to go is the words. The begging you to stay is the subtext. What they're actually saying is, you deserve better, but please don't leave me for better. Please stay even though I can't be what you deserve. Please love me even though I can only love you incompletely. The contradiction between the words and the want underneath the words is the love in crisis. Is love that knows it's inadequate, but is hoping inadequate. Love is enough. Is love that's offering you out while desperately hoping you won't take the out. I don't want to hurt you. Present tense. Active desire. Not I might hurt you. Not I'm worried about hurting you. I don't want to hurt you. The not wanting is the love, is them caring about your pain, caring about their impact on you, caring enough that your potential hurt is something they're thinking about, something they're trying to prevent, something they're actively not wanting. Avoidants who don't love you don't think about whether they're hurting you, don't care about their impact, don't make your pain their concern. But the avoidant who loves you is preoccupied with the possibility of hurting you. The phrase also reveals they're aware they might hurt you, aware their patterns cause pain, aware they're bringing damage into relationship with you, and awareness of their capacity to harm you is them loving you enough to see the danger they represent, loving you enough to warn you, loving you enough to try to protect you even if protecting you means warning you away from them. The warning is gift, is them putting your well-being ahead of their desire to keep you. And putting your well-being ahead of their desire is love acting against its own interest to protect you. Listen to when they say it. If they say it during conflict after they've hurt you, it's defense, it's excuse. But if they say it unprompted, if it comes out of nowhere, if they say it in quiet moment when nothing bad has happened, that's love. That's them sitting with awareness that loving you means risking hurting you. And they don't want to hurt you, but they're already in too deep to walk away without hurting you through leaving. So they're stuck between staying and risking hurting you through their patterns, or leaving and definitely hurting you through abandonment. The stuck is the love, is loving you enough that every option feels like potential harm to you, and they care about that harm. This is new for me. They're telling you they're in uncharted territory, feeling things they haven't felt, experiencing depth they haven't experienced, doing relationship differently than they've done it before. The newness is the love, is them acknowledging that what's happening with you is different from what's happened with others. Different means deeper, means more vulnerable, means more real. Avoidants don't do new, do familiar, do defended patterns they've repeated across multiple relationships. But with you, something is new, something is breaking their pattern, something is getting through their defense. The something is love. The phrase is also them explaining their struggle, explaining why they're awkward, why they're uncertain, why they don't know how to be with you. Because this is new, this depth is new, this vulnerability is new. They've never been here before, never felt this before, never let someone matter this much before. The explaining through newness is them trying to make sense of their own experience, trying to articulate why being with you is disorienting, is uncomfortable, is unfamiliar in ways that are both terrifying and compelling. The disorientation is love activating a nervous system that's organized around not activating. Is defended state meeting feeling too strong to defend against? The new is the love winning against the defense. I think about you. Simple phrase, loaded meaning. I think about you is them confessing constant preoccupation. Not I thought about you once, not I sometimes think about you. I think about you, present tense, ongoing, constant. They're telling you that you occupy their mental space, that you're background presence in their awareness, that you're the person their mind goes to when they're not actively thinking about something else. The constant thinking is the love. Is you mattering enough to be permanent presence in their consciousness? Avoidants who aren't in love don't think about people constantly. Think about them when they're together, think about them occasionally when apart, but not constant thinking. Not you as default thought, not mental space occupied by one person. But the avoidant in love is thinking about you all the time, wondering what you're doing, imagining conversations with you, remembering things you said, planning what to say to you next time. The thinking is involuntary, is happening despite their attempt to think about other things, is evidence that you've become important enough to dominate their internal experience. When they say I think about you, they're being more vulnerable than it sounds. They're admitting you have power over their thoughts, over their mental space, over their internal world. And admitting someone has power over their internal world is huge admission for avoidant, is confession that you've gotten in, that you matter, that they can't control whether they think about you because the thinking is automatic. The automatic thinking is the love is attachment that's formed whether they wanted it to form or not. You're different. Different from who? From everyone, from every other person they've dated, from every other person they've known. Different means special, means you've affected them in ways others haven't affected them, means you've gotten through defenses others couldn't get through, means you matter in ways others didn't matter. The different is the love, Is them recognizing that what they feel for you isn't what they've felt for others, isn't familiar, isn't their usual defended attachment, is something more, something deeper, something that's disrupting their patterns. The phrase is also them trying to articulate what makes you special without being able to fully articulate it. Because what makes you different is a combination of things. Your specific way of seeing them, your particular patience with their patterns, your exact balance of understanding and boundaries. The combination is what got through their defense. But they can't explain the combination, can't articulate why you specifically are the one who matters. So they just say you're different. And different means you're the one. You're the person I can't defend against. You're who I'm falling for, even though falling is exactly what I've organized my life around not doing. I need space, but I miss you. The contradiction is the love. Need space is their defended state talking, their nervous system getting overwhelmed by intimacy and requiring distance to regulate. But I miss you is their attachment talking, their heart wanting connection even while their system needs distance. Both are true simultaneously. Both are happening at the same time. The simultaneous truth is the love in conflict with the defense, is loving you while being terrified of loving you, is wanting closeness while needing distance, is the internal war between attachment and avoidance that the avoidant in love lives in constantly. When they can say both truths in same sentence, when they can hold the contradiction, they're showing you their internal experience. They're letting you see the conflict, letting you know that distance doesn't mean not caring, that space doesn't mean not missing, that withdrawn doesn't mean not attached. The revealing of the contradiction is intimacy, is them being real with you about their struggle, about the gap between what they feel and what they can tolerate feeling. The realness is the love. Is them trusting you enough to show you the mess of their internal experience, instead of just the defended exterior. This is too much, but don't go. Another contradiction, another both things true simultaneously. This is too much is them feeling overwhelmed, feeling the intensity of connection, feeling their nervous system activating in ways that trigger their fear. The too much is real, is their genuine experience of intimacy as threat. But don't go is their attachment overriding their fear, is their love being stronger than their overwhelm, is them recognizing that losing you would be worse than tolerating the too much. The don't go is the love, is them fighting their own patterns to keep you. They might not say it this directly, might say this is too much through their withdrawal, through their distance, through their pulling back, but then say don't go through reaching out after the withdrawal, through coming back after creating distance, through pursuing you after pushing you away. The pattern of push-pull is the contradiction, made behavioral. Is this is too much expressed through pushing, is don't go expressed through pulling. And the pulling after pushing is the love, is attachment that won't let them stay away even when intimacy feels unbearable. Is them choosing you over their comfort even when choosing you is uncomfortable. I'm scared. Huge admission for avoidant. Avoidants don't admit fear easily, don't show vulnerability readily. Don't confess feeling scared, because scared is weak and they're organized around appearing strong. But when they tell you they're scared, they're showing you their truth. Showing you what's underneath the defended exterior, showing you they're human, they're vulnerable, they're affected by what's happening between you. The showing is the love, is them trusting you with their fear, trusting you with their vulnerability, trusting you to see they're scared and not use it against them. The scared is also specifically about you, about caring about you, about how much you matter, about the possibility of losing you, about being hurt by you, about needing you in ways that make them dependent. The scared about you is the love, is them recognizing that you have power to hurt them, power to leave them, power to reject them. And recognizing your power is recognizing their vulnerability. Recognizing their vulnerability is recognizing they love you enough that you could devastate them. The devastation possibility is what makes love real, makes it risky, makes it scary. They're scared means they're in deep enough that the stakes are high. High stakes means love. I don't know what this is. They know what it is. It's love, but they can't say love, can't name it, can't make it that explicit. So they say, I don't know what this is. The not knowing is defense against knowing. Is them pretending confusion about something they actually understand, but are terrified to name? Because naming it makes it real, makes it undeniable, makes them accountable to feeling it. So they stay in not knowing, stay in confusion. Stay in this undefined thing. The staying in not knowing is the love refusing to be named but being too strong to be denied. When they say, I don't know what this is, listen to the context. If they're pulling away, creating distance, ending things, it's defense, it's excuse. But if they're staying close, if they're engaged, if they're in it despite not knowing what it is, that's love. That's them being in relationship they can't define, because defining it would be admitting how much it matters. Staying in undefined relationship that matters is them loving you without the language for loving you, without the capacity to name what they're feeling, but feeling it anyway. Feeling it strongly enough to stay even while confused. The staying while confused is the love. Remember when we, cataloging memories, creating shared history, referencing specific moments you had together. The remembering is the love, is them holding on to moments with you, replaying them, valuing them enough to remember them. Avoidants who don't love you don't remember, don't catalog, don't reference shared moments, live in present without connection to past. But avoidant who loves you is creating story of you together, is building narrative of us. Is remembering because the moments with you matter enough to be preserved, to be recalled, to be spoken about as something significant. The remember when is also them trying to create continuity, trying to link past to present, trying to build foundation of shared experience that proves this isn't casual, isn't temporary, isn't meaningless. The building of shared history is them investing. Investing in the relationship having passed that leads to future. Investing in you and them being we. The we is the love. Is them seeing you not as separate individual but as part of unit, part of shared experience, part of story that's theirs together, not just yours or theirs individually. I was thinking we should. Future talk, planning, suggesting things you'll do together beyond immediate moment. The future orientation is the love, is them thinking ahead, thinking about you in their future, making plans that assume you'll still be there. Avoidants who aren't in love don't do future talk. Stay in present, keep everything casual, keep everything non-committal. But avoidant in love is making plans, is suggesting trips, is talking about things weeks or months away, is assuming continuity. The assumption of continuity is the love, is them imagining future that includes you, is them wanting future that includes you enough to start planning for it. The we in the future talk is also significant. Not I was thinking I should, not you should. The we is them seeing you as unit, as partnership, as team, as together. The together in future is them committing without saying commitment. Is them showing attachment through assuming you'll be there to do the things they're planning. The showing through assuming is the love, is them taking for granted in good way that you're part of their future. Is them building life with you in it, even if they can't say directly that they're building life with you in it. Why these phrases mean more than direct confession would mean. Direct confession can be performance, can be strategic, can be said to get specific response, can be words without feeling behind them. But these phrases are slipping out, are unplanned, are revealing what they're trying to hide. The unplanned revelation is more honest than planned confession, is truth leaking around edges of defense. Is love that's too strong to be completely contained showing itself in the only ways the defended state will allow? The allowed showing is more reliable indicator of real feeling than direct declaration, because it's involuntary. It's happening despite them, not because of them. These phrases also cost them more than direct confession would cost. Direct confession is vulnerable, but it's clean, it's clear, it's saying the thing and being done saying it. But these phrases are messy, are contradictory, are revealing their internal conflict, are showing you the war between their attachment and their avoidance. Showing you the war is more vulnerable than just saying I love you, because showing you the war is showing you their damage, their struggle, their incapacity alongside their capacity. The showing of all of it is deeper intimacy than cleaned up declaration would be, is them letting you see the complicated truth instead of the simple story. These phrases are also more trustworthy because they're consistent over time. Direct confession can be said once in moment of intensity and never backed up by behavior. But these phrases repeat, show up multiple times, show up in different contexts. The repetition is pattern, is evidence of consistent internal experience, is proof that what they're feeling isn't one-time emotional spike, but sustained state. Sustained state is real attachment. Real attachment is love. The love might be defended love, might be love they can't fully access or express. But it's real, it's there, it's showing itself through these phrases even when direct declaration isn't available to them. What you should do when you hear these phrases: don't demand more explicit language, don't push them to say I love you, Don't require them to make it clearer than they're making it. Pushing for direct confession will activate their defense, will make them retreat, will make them deny what they just revealed. These phrases are as direct as they can be right now, as explicit as their defended state allows. Demanding more explicit will cost you what you have, will cost you these small revelations, will make them more defended, more careful, more controlled about what they let slip. The small revelations are the love speaking. Let love speak in its own language. Don't require it to speak in your language before you'll hear it. Receive the phrases for what they are: confession, revelation. Love showing itself sideways because it can't show itself directly. When they say, "I'm not good at this," hear, "I care about you enough to be aware of my limitations." When they say you deserve better, hear, "I love you, but I'm terrified I can't be what you need." When they say, "I don't want to hurt you," hear, "Your well-being matters more to me than my own comfort." The hearing of what's underneath the words is you understanding their language. Understanding their language is you meeting them where they are instead of requiring them to meet you where you are. The meeting them is giving them safety to reveal more, to gradually become more direct, to slowly develop capacity to say what they're currently only able to show. Also watch their behavior. Phrases are evidence. Behavior is confirmation. If they're saying these phrases while behaving consistently, while showing up, while staying engaged, the phrases are reliable indicators of love. But if they're saying these phrases while being inconsistent, while disappearing, while staying defended in ways that prevent actual intimacy, the phrases are just phrases, are things they feel but can't act on. Feeling without action is incomplete love, is love that exists but doesn't function. You can recognize it as love while also recognizing it's not enough. Not enough to build on, not enough to stay for, not enough to sacrifice yourself to. The phrases tell you they love you. The behavior tells you whether the love is accompanied by capacity. Both pieces of information matter. Both inform your decision about whether to stay. The progression of phrases as they fall deeper in love, the phrases evolve, change over time as the love deepens. Early on, the phrases are more defended, more protected, more ambiguous. "I'm not good at this," said with more deflection. The early phrases are love that's just beginning, love that's still being fought, love that hasn't overcome the defense yet. But as time passes, as they fall deeper, the phrases change, become softer, more vulnerable, more revealing. The progression of phrases is the progression of love winning against defense. Is attachment growing stronger than avoidance? Is them becoming less capable of hiding what they feel? Later phrases include more need. "I need you" becomes possible to say when it wasn't possible earlier. Earlier they might say, "I like having you around." Safer, more distant, more deniable. But deeper love makes need undeniable, makes it slip out in moments of vulnerability. In moments when defense is down, after intimacy, after conflict, after near loss. "I need you" is deeper admission than "I like you." Is them confessing dependence they've organized their life around not having. The confession of need is love deep enough to override the defended identity of not needing. Is love making need acceptable when need was previously intolerable? Later phrases also include more fear about losing you. "I can't lose you" starts appearing. Earlier they might have said, "I'd miss you," still defended, still maintaining some distance. But deeper love makes the loss intolerable. Makes "I can't lose you" the truth. Makes the fear of losing you stronger than the fear of admitting they need you. "I can't lose you" is them showing you their attachment plainly. Is them revealing that you've become necessary. That losing you would devastate them. The revealing of potential devastation is them giving you power through showing you that you have power. And giving you power is huge vulnerability for avoidant. Is love deep enough to risk the vulnerability of letting you know you matter enough to destroy them? The progression also includes more possessive language. My person, my partner, our relationship. Early on they avoided possessors, avoided claiming you, avoided language that suggested ownership or commitment or permanent connection. But deeper love makes possessive language slip out, makes them claim you without thinking about claiming you. The unconscious claiming is attachment that's integrated, that's become part of how they see you. You're not just someone they're seeing, you're theirs. The theirs is primitive attachment. Is bonding that's happened at level deeper than conscious control. The possessive pronouns slipping out are love that's claimed you even while they can't consciously claim you yet. The phrases that reveal they're planning a future with you. You'd like this appears when they see something you're not there to see. They're somewhere without you and something makes them think of you. and they say it out loud or text it. You'd like this place. You'd like this movie. You'd like this thing. The you'd like is them including you in their experience even when you're absent, is them filtering their life through how you'd experience it, is them wanting to share experiences with you, wanting you there, wanting your reaction. The constant background program of thinking about you and what you'd like is love that's made you central, that's made you the person they reference everything against. The referencing is intimacy, is you living in their head even when you're not physically present. We should get one of these reveals they're thinking domestically, thinking about shared life, shared space, shared belongings. We should get this couch, we should get this plant, we should get this thing for the kitchen. The we should get is them imagining life where you share things, where purchases are joint, where space is combined, where future includes both of you in same physical location with same objects. Avoidants who aren't in love don't think this way. Keep everything separate. Keep their space, their space. But avoidant in love is imagining merging, is planning for togetherness, is seeing future where the line between their stuff and your stuff blurs because you're we now. The domestic we is love planning for permanence. Our kids would be peers when they're thinking generationally, when they're imagining not just life together but creating life together. Our kids would be tall, would be smart, would be whatever trait they're imagining. The our kids is massive admission, is them thinking reproduction with you, thinking genetic combination, thinking ultimate commitment of creating humans together. Avoidants don't talk about kids, don't think about kids, don't reference reproductive futures, but avoidant in love is thinking about it. Maybe not seriously, maybe just as passing thought. But the thought appearing at all is significant. Is love imagining its own continuation? Is love thinking beyond the relationship to what the relationship could create? The generational thinking is love at deepest level. Is love that's seeing you not just as partner, but as parent of their potential children, as person they create life with, as ultimate merger. The phrases that reveal jealousy they have no right to feel. Who's that when they see you with someone else? They're not your partner officially, don't have claim to you, don't have right to ask, but they ask anyway. Who's that person you were with? Who texted you? Who are you seeing? The asking is jealousy, is possessiveness, is them feeling territorial over someone they can't claim territory over. The jealousy is the love, is them not being okay with you being available to others, not being okay with sharing your attention, not being okay with anyone else having access to you. The not being okay is attachment, is you mattering enough that thought of you with someone else creates visceral response they can't control. You seeing other people when they ask. Not directly, not with right to ask, but asking anyway. Through casual question that's not casual. Through offhand comment that's loaded. The asking is them trying to know if they have competition. Trying to know if you're available or if someone else has claimed you. Trying to know if they need to pursue or if it's too late. The trying to know is fear of loss. Is recognition that you could choose someone else. That you're desirable. That they're not the only option. The recognition creates panic. Creates need to know where they stand. Creates questions they have no right to ask, but ask anyway because love doesn't care about rights. Cares about knowing if the person you love is still available to be loved. I don't like them when you mention someone who's in your life. They barely know this person, have no reason to not like them, but they don't like them, and they tell you they don't like them. The not liking is jealousy. Is them being territorial? Is them not wanting anyone else close to you because anyone close to you is potential threat? The expressing of not liking is them being unable to hide the jealousy, unable to be rational about their jealousy, unable to pretend they're unbothered when they're very bothered. The bothered is the love, is you mattering enough that anyone who has access to you feels threatening. Is attachment strong enough to create irrational responses they can't justify but can't suppress? The phrases that show they're integrating you into their identity. You make me want to be better reveals you're changing how they see themselves. They've been one way their whole life, defended, avoidant, incapable of intimacy. But you make them want to be different, want to be more open, more vulnerable, more present. The wanting to be better is love creating aspiration, creating desire to grow, creating motivation to change. Avoidants don't want to change for people they don't love, don't care about being better, don't feel motivated to grow. But love creates the wanting, creates the hope that they could be different, creates the belief that maybe being different is possible. The aspiration is love, is you inspiring them, Is you making them see possibility in themselves they couldn't see before you. I'm trying reveals they're doing the work, or attempting to do the work, or at least aware that work needs to be done. I'm trying to be more open. I'm trying to be more available. The trying is evidence of effort, evidence of them pushing against their patterns because you're worth pushing against their patterns for. Avoidants who aren't in love don't try, don't push, don't work on themselves, just are who they are and you accept it or you don't. But avoidant in love is trying, maybe not succeeding, maybe trying without changing, but trying nonetheless. The effort is the love. Is them caring enough to attempt being different even when being different is uncomfortable? You've changed me is them acknowledging your impact, acknowledging that knowing you has altered them, has shifted how they see relationships, how they see intimacy, how they see themselves. The acknowledgement of change is them crediting you, giving you power for the change, recognizing that you specifically are cause of their transformation or attempted transformation. Avoidants don't acknowledge others changing them, don't give others credit for impact, don't recognize external influence on their internal state. But avoidant in love acknowledges your impact, acknowledges you've gotten in, acknowledges you affected them in ways no one else has affected them. The acknowledgement is love recognizing its source. Is them seeing clearly that you're the one who's making them different? The phrases they say about you to others that reveal everything. They're the best thing in my life when talking to friends. Not said to you, said about you, to others, when you're not there. The talking about you to others is them processing their feelings through external validation, through speaking into existence what they can't say to you, through testing how the words sound when they say them out loud. The best thing in my life is huge admission, is them ranking you above everything else, above their career, their hobbies, their other relationships. The ranking is the love, is you being most important thing, is them recognizing that consciously and saying it even if they can't say it to you yet. I think I'm falling for them when confessing to trusted friend, using friend as confessor, using friend as person they can be vulnerable with about what they can't be vulnerable with you about. The confession to friend is them testing the language, testing how it feels to say falling for, testing whether saying it makes it more real or less scary. The falling language is massive, is them acknowledging movement, acknowledging change, acknowledging that their defended state is being overcome by feeling too strong to defend against. The falling is the love. Is gravity taking over? Is them surrendering to attachment even while terrified of surrender? They're different from anyone I've known when explaining you to family, talking you up, making sure family knows you're special, making sure family understands this isn't casual, this isn't another person they're seeing temporarily. This is different. This matters. The explaining to family is them preparing family for your significance, preparing family to know you, preparing family to include you. The preparation is love that's seeing future where you meet their family, where you're integrated into their life fully, where you're not hidden but included. The including is huge for avoidant, is them making you real to the most important people in their life, making you permanent enough to introduce, making you family appropriate. The making you family appropriate is love that's serious. Why you should trust these phrases more than you should trust direct confession. These phrases cost them more vulnerability than I love you would cost. I love you is 3 words, is clean confession, is simple even if scary. But these phrases are them revealing their internal process, revealing their conflict, revealing their fear alongside their love, revealing their struggle. The revealing of struggle is deeper intimacy than revealing of feeling. Is them showing you not just what they feel but how hard it is for them to feel it, how much it's costing them to feel it, how much they're fighting themselves to allow themselves to feel it. The showing of the fight is trust. Is them trusting you with their process, not just their conclusion. Trusting you with the messy middle, not just the clean endpoint. These phrases also can't be taken back easily. I love you can be qualified, can be walked back, can be explained away as moment of intensity that didn't mean what you thought it meant. But these phrases are patterns, are repeated across time, are embedded in ongoing communication, can't be unsaid because they're not one statement. They're a collection of statements that together create picture of person in love. The pattern is proof, is evidence that can't be denied. Is them showing you their love in every interaction, even when they can't say it in one direct confession. The showing across time is more reliable than saying in one moment. These phrases are also involuntary in ways direct confession isn't. Direct confession is choice, is conscious decision to say the thing. But these phrases are slipping out, are happening despite their control, are revealing what they're trying to hide. The involuntary nature makes them true, makes them evidence of feeling so strong it can't be fully suppressed, makes them proof that their defended state is losing to their attached state. That love is winning even when they're trying to keep love from winning. The winning despite resistance is most trustworthy evidence, is proof that what they feel is real enough, strong enough, deep enough to overcome their defenses, even when their defenses are trying to contain it. When they say these things, they're already in love. The love is there, is real, is affecting them, is changing them, is making them vulnerable, is making them hope, is making them plan for future, is making them jealous, is making them try to be better. The love exists even when they can't say love, even when they can't acknowledge love, even when they deny love. The phrases are the proof, are the love speaking through the only channels the defended state allows. Listen to the phrases, hear the love underneath them, trust the love the phrases reveal, and decide whether love that can only speak sideways is love that can meet you, whether love trapped behind defense is love you can build on, whether loving someone who's already in love with you but can't say it directly is loving you can sustain. The phrases tell you they love you. Your boundaries tell you whether their love is enough.